What's happening? I'm just gonna shoot with my other light today. I already had it up. I just tried these out. That's what I have on, the new House Labs Glass Blushes. And since y'all are my story fam, I'm gonna let you know what I think. I love them. Look at how glowy that is, but I wish you could touch it. It does not feel sticky. These are a 10 out of 10 to me. I actually did, you'll see I did a little highlighting moment with it, just the blush. And I don't even have any bronzer on my cheeks. I just have bronzer on my forehead. I'm loving this highlight contour blush situation. I'm gonna go get you a link for the blushes because that's how excited I am. And it's not about pressure. I don't want you to be like, oh my God, I have to get it. But maybe you have to just always remember somebody might have seen those blushes. They needed a new blush. They're thinking, should I? I think so, but I never want you to feel pressure. Just because I really, really like something, it doesn't mean you might already even like what you have. Don't feel pressured. I'm just gonna get a link. It's not on a commission link. I really don't even do commission links. I can't remember the last time I did one. But y'all like my opinion on things. You trust my opinion, and that means the world to me. So I'm just telling you, I do enjoy it. I think it's a fantastic product. That's a link in case you want to check it out. Do not ever feel pressured. Now really quickly, my lips are this Kiko Milano. This is super affordable. These are fun. I don't know where it went, the lip liner, but I know it's 420. There it is, 420 Rosy Brown. I just put it away. But then I have on this lipstick as well, which is shade 403. This is a good combo and I really like it for me. I just cannot get over how pretty this is. And it just blended like a dream. You'll see in the video. I just keep staring at my cheeks. I really, really, really like the way my cheeks look. Okay, so we're gonna talk. We're talking. We're having a chat. We're doing a little chit chat on things that I have been loving, things that didn't work out for me. I don't think there's been a lot that hasn't worked out for me, honestly. I was kind of worried about the House Labs blushes because they're really, really wet. So they did not let me down. There is another blush that I love, and I'm still trying to dupe this one color. I'm gonna show you. These are Monty blushes. I love, where did my other one go? There it is. I love this new formula that's going around. It's very glossy. I don't know if I like these more than the House Labs. Maybe the exact same, but let me tell you, I'm gonna show you. I'm just getting it on my hand here. This shade right here is so hard to dupe. We're still searching. I've swatched the Made by Mitchell. I've swatched, I'm gonna have to launch blushes and dupe that color. So we are actively searching because I love this formula, and the formula itself is, I find that it is very special, but I do understand that that's not feasible all the time, and I do understand that that's a very spicy price. So I'm still going to try to find us similar shades. I think that Moira is going to be the closest. Shout out to them for actually sending these over so quickly. Bless y'all. It's a really nice similar. It doesn't have quite the same white base, but that can be a good thing because the white base can actually be more limiting on different skin tones. So I think the Moira is the one that I'm going to say because it looks as juicy as this, but you'll see that it's not quite the white base. But it's in the same realm. It is. This is pretty. So just really quickly one more time. This white of a base, like I mentioned, can just be very, very limiting. There's just fair to light, even light medium skin tones. It can start to turn a little bit gray. So even though this isn't the same, it's in the same realm, and this would translate better on even fair to light medium going into medium skin tones. And then a lot of you wanted to know what I thought about the Makeup Forever compared to the Natasha Denona, and let me tell you, I'm still trying to figure that out. Okay, I don't want to just rush into this because I have had this one with me for so long, and it's been one of my favorites for so long that I'm still kind of testing. Before I decide, I want to wear one side this and one side this and wear it all day and see what I think about it. So I don't want to just jump to conclusion, but A plus for both of them is they're both a really delightful match. I will say this one matches me a little bit better in the summer than this shade. But I do wear 1R12 in the liquid, but then I wear R5 in the concealer, so both have that going on. And I do have I do wear a darker shade, and I have a darker shade in this for summer, and I'm about to switch to that. So we're, again, the Makeup Forever versus the Natasha Denona. 1R12, but I need to find out my darker shade for the summer, which I do have one. I just still have this one out. And this is R5, and that's what I wear in the concealer. And then for my eyes, I just have on the Revlon again, layered, that I added. So it's basically the eye I did yesterday, that layering, but the silvery shade is, I did a little bit of this one again, the one that we used yesterday, which I'm about to go save. I did that, but then I topped it with a little bit of the silver from the blue one, which has ran away, and like the smallest amount of the silver. This one actually, not this intense silver though. I had a real influencer moment there. Y'all, that's without a wet base. Revlon. Revlon. That is, oh my gosh. Okay, let me wipe this off. No, I'm not going to. I have to go run errands. So again, this doesn't have a name on it, but it's the blue and the silver. So we need to do a look with that immediately, because that silver that's a high-end silver. And then it's that, and then this one mixed. Let me hold them up together. So not the intense silver, but this one here, because it's got a little bit of sparkle, and then that's where the most of the shine is coming from. And then these little pots, I cannot stop using them. I will not stop using them. They are delightful, and they layer beautifully, and they add so much dimension. They're a 10 out of 10. I love it. I love what I have found from Revlon, and I'm very excited. So happy I picked them up. I need to try this one next. Look at this little cream palette. I remember this, I feel like this has been around for 1,000 years, but how much fun is this? We're gonna have fun. We have fun. That is a base. And I feel that, so as an artist, sometimes I long for textures that I see, that vintage textures. And with a lot of the makeup science, which is what we want, we do want that. They don't have the same feel as, say, a picture that I want to recreate from the 90s. But textures like this, that's where you get it. So if you ever want to recreate something, think about the decade or the era that it's from, and try to find products, if they're still around, obviously. Try to find products from that era. It's a really good tip on recreation. And then you might wonder why I even talk about recreating. Now, some of us here, we just like to have fun with makeup ourselves, but I do have a lot of aspiring artists that hop on here and support me. So I mention that because it is so important to know how to recreate. It's important to know how to see the color, emulate that color without even knowing what that color is, emulate that texture, because the clients bring you pictures. So you want to be able to see that and understand the texture, the color, all of that just by looking at it. And that's one of the reasons I try to do a lot of recreations, because I feel that it challenges me. It's really easy for me to create. It's not easy for everyone. I'm not saying that you have to be creative every single day. But for me, the looks that I do, obviously not the recreations, but just the ones that I do, they're in me, and it feels good to let them out of me. But to kind of stay a little bit more sharp and sharpen my skills recreating, because it can get difficult. It really and truly can, because we have to be able to even know how to make that color if we don't have it in our palettes. Okay, another thing that I've fallen in love with, but I actually like to wear it underneath my foundation. This. I like it on top, but under it is melty, blurring. Highly scented though, y'all. If you don't like scents, you're not gonna like this, but this particular color is delightful. It is the perfect sun-kissed, leaning into sunburn, but that good sunburn. There is no good sunburn, we know that, but vacation. think vacation. It gives that vacation kind of sun-kissed, been at the beach vibe. And I love the formula. It's a powder, which is what gives it that blur when you put it underneath, but it's so pigmented that you can layer it underneath. I feel like this is a very special formula, and it's something we can just pick up at Walgreens. It's a 10 out of 10. I love it. Now I tried the Makeup by Mario. I tried out the new bronzer serum, and I love it. I love it. Let's put some on right now. Let's put some here on my, down the center of my chest. I need this shade. And I love that there's an option of a pump, which if I wanted to darken my foundation, I'd want the pump. But if I just want to kind of sculpt, I'm going to use the wand. Nice little line there. And then I'm just going to, ooh, I almost showed you a brush that you can't see. And then I'm just going to take a C40. And I'll just kind of bronze and diffuse it. The way that it melts into the skin, but you can see that it's still there, but it's almost undetectable. So I know a lot of times whenever we think sculpt, we think super dark, sculpt, but I feel that you can still see that definition there without it just being super intense. I love, this is a 10 out of 10. And by the way, I didn't love the Mario bronzing, I forget what it was called, but I didn't love that first one, the one that was in the pan. That one was just a little too wet for me. So this was a fantastic surprise. I think that if you're in the market for a bronzer for summer and something that's multitasking, this. And you know, that's another thing. I love that it's actually something that can be used multiple ways, because if we're going to invest in something, I don't want it to just do one thing. And that's why I try to teach how to use things in multiple ways, because I know that we invest in these things and it gets expensive. So we got multi-use, and that's fantastic. Now, I feel like these are going to take the beauty world by storm because they're back. Cover FX has these back, and the dropper actually works now. We love that. But the reason why is because this, as a little blush topper, is going to be everything that we want, because he's completely dried down. And look at this glaze that it leaves you with, and the pink is still there, but your skin peeks through. I feel that once everybody gets these, and by everybody I mean the beauty community, the people that do the videos like I do, they're gonna find out, and they're gonna be like, oh. So if you have ever had your eye on these, I recommend them. I recommended them back in the day, but the dropper was inconsistent, and now it's not because they fixed it. So mark my words. I'm trying to think about what else I've been loving. I try not to just do a bunch of stuff where it's just overwhelming. Oh, I know what I've been loving. It's ours. C32. But it's sold out, but it will be back. Make sure that you're signed up for emails. I don't want you to miss it again. We didn't, please, we just don't expect, we don't expect these things. And then I forget that we're just one big happy family, and y'all are the greatest supporters anybody could ever ask for. And then you're like, no, I gotta have that brush. And then the brush is sold out. Thank you, and it will be back, but my goodness, it is delightful. Now, I have been putting this on my bottom lashes. It's a brow mascara. I love this formula, but I will say why I enjoy it, and I know a lot of us are always looking for a brown mascara, is this is such a really unique brown, and I've compared it to my other brown ones that I enjoy. I mean, and it works so nicely. Look at how pretty that is. But this particular shade, I feel, really enhances brown eyes. I gotta get in there, I'm sorry. But I really, really like it. So I wear it on my top lashes too, but 99% of the time, I do like brown mascara on my bottom lashes, but look at how pretty that brown is. It's such a good brown. Sorry for saying brown so much. Oh yeah, something else that we tried and we loved, this CoverGirl brow gel. It's a wax gel. It's basically the Too Faced one, but even better. It's what I have on right now. I love it. I really think that you are going to love it. And the reason why is because I feel that this would work on all brow types. It's not too heavy for my very coarse brows, but I also feel that it's going to work really nicely with the soft, fine eyebrow texture. You have to think about texture when it comes to eyebrows, but this is something that's going to work for every single texture. And I love how tiny that wand is. It just gets in there and you're able to shape and sculpt or fluff however you like your eyebrows. You will like this formula. Now I remembered something I bought I didn't like. I was excited for this. I was. You hear that? I was excited. And these types of... Now it is very affordable. It smells delicious. It smells like watermelon candy. But I wanted something more fun. But if you don't want something fun and you just want... No, I'm not going to say that. And the reason why is because this absolutely does not last. And I know that so many of us, we kind of switched over to this because it can feel, you know, the reason I feel that it does feel comfortable is because it disappears so quickly. But if you want something that actually stays and does something, you're going to have to reach for something that has a little bit more grip to it. I know that we loved the lip oils, but they don't last. They don't last. And listen, I've tried them all. This texture. Now this is a good texture for lasting. Let's put on the bright pink one and just kind of brighten it up a little bit. I want you to see kind of, let me do this. And it kind of gives you an idea of the texture. But I promise you, it's not wildly uncomfortable, but it's gonna stay on your lips. I love these. And they smell like cake. Look at how pretty that is. They're so good. And it's gonna last us so much longer. Now this doesn't have the heavy feel of, say, a matte gloss in the 90s, but let me tell you about that matte gloss in the 90s. It was not going anywhere. And I used to wear them in the early 2000s when I would sing, and they would not move. I would still have it off. I would still have it on. Even though some of it was on my microphone, it was still on my lips too, and they lasted. So I feel that this has that lasting power of that very sticky texture, but without that extreme sticky. And if you've ever wondered, and I know a lot of you notice, y'all never saw me pushing those Dior lip oils. If you want something that's really pretty and shiny, I love this stuff so much. I feel like this and then the Juicy Cheek, so much fun. You will really like, if you want something long lasting, you have to compromise for it to feel a little heavier on the lips. Moral of the story. Let me show you one more other lip product similar to that. This one from K Skin. I bought, someone gave me this one and then I bought the other two. This is gonna have the same effect, but these have the SPF in them. So if you don't like SPF, you're gonna wanna skip these and then try the Give ones. But I love these two. I just love it. And yes, it's heavier, but we're going to have to compromise a little. But it's worth the compromise because then it doesn't just come right off. All right, I think that that's everything. I'm gonna put these here so I'll start incorporating them more. They were over there and I was going for them, but I made room here in my little lip drawer. It's chaos. It's just a makeup chaos around here. It's the way I like it though. I love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I could talk about more, but I really want to focus on things that I love and I'm having a lot of fun with. And I feel that there's something that you might want to give a second look to. I don't want to just be like, ooh, I love this. Ooh, I love this. Ooh, I love this. I really try to be selective because I love a lot. I really do. But I don't want to ever overwhelm you. I love you so much. I think tomorrow, Mama asked me if I could hang out with her. So I'll try to do a story, but if I don't, it's because Mama wanted to do something and she doesn't ask me a lot, so I can't tell her no. I can't tell her no. So if I don't come on tomorrow, you can blame Mama. All right, I love you all so much. Definitely gonna post tonight. I'll post the house labs tonight so you can watch it blend. Okay, I love you with all my heart.